Good morning, distinguished gathering. After 3 decades of civil war in Sri Lanka, it is in a significant stage of nation building process to uplift the status of citizens and to ensure the national security. Nation building is done generally through the development projects. And generally, perpetual nation building can be achieved by the maximum utilization of resources in development projects, and the resource development projects done in the background of the environmental resources. The final goal of the development projects are to create a developed country to the nation, and it should ensure the national security, peace and harmony among all the citizens in Sri Lanka. Consequently, I would like to comprise my presentation with nation building through development and its sustainability, with special reference to the Sri Lankan community. And also my research is connected with development and national security, development and its human rights aspect, and development in sustainable mode. Therefore, we should examine how development helps for ensuring national security. In this regard, we should search what is meant by national security. According to the Rom Joseph, in his book named Defining National Security in the Non-Military Aspect, he has expressed that national security means which initially emphasized the freedom from military threat and political coercion, to later increase in sophistication and include other forms of non-military security as to suited the circumstance of the time. Therefore, to examine the connection between national security and the other concept, I would like to introduce this diagram. According to the chart, we can clearly see there are 3 wheels which are interconnected. If we want to turn national security wheel perpetually, it means forever, we should turn other 2 wheels parallelly and in the same time. Other 2 wheels are, the first wheel is national security through development, and the development should decentralize and it should be a sustainable one. If one wheel will stuck, then it will be affect finally for the national security according to this diagram. Therefore, to gain long-lasting national security, we should build nation building, development, and development should decentralize and it should done in the sustainable mode. In this scenario, there are some negative results which will grant to the nation if citizens won't get the benefit or the experience of the development. According to this slide, lack of development will grant some social problems, social upheavals. Like first one, it will aggravate poverty, it will increase unemployment rate, and it will create a vulnerable category in the society. Ultimately, it will affect for the national security, and it will be a threat for the national security. Author Escobar, in his book called Encountering Development, has stated that development in national building process is utmost importance in order to minimize social upheavals like this. So, decentralizing development projects and locating development projects among all ethnicities will reduce above said social upheavals, which will affect for the national security. Therefore, it is imperative that development projects should also be located in northern and eastern provinces in Sri Lanka. In this scenario, the best examples are Project Utturu Asantha and Project Naganihira Navodaya, located in northern and eastern, in order to grant development experience for those people. The objective of these 2 projects are defined in a broader way. The key areas of intervention are resettlement of internal displaced persons, and revitalization of productive sector and the regional economy, improvement of economic infrastructure, strengthening of social infrastructure and fostering social services, development of human settlement, and rebuilding the capacity of public institutions in the province. Implementing these measures to give the experience of the development for those people is the ideal way to ensure national security within the nation building through development projects. According to the equality principle, we can make an argument that every person is equally privileged to gain rights. So, in present scenario, the concept of development has turned into a right. According to the Indian international law specialist Chowdhury in 1992, he have expressed this idea as for the right to development, those who oppose it overlook the development dimension of individual human rights as it comes to force in the right to self-determination of peoples and in everyone's entitlement to a social and international order in which all universally recognized human rights can be fully recognized. Further, to accept this right, United Nations in 1986 in Seoul, they have legislated and codified this right within the United Nations Declaration on the Right to Development. Its Article 1, paragraph 1 is very much needed in this context. It expresses the right to development is an inalienable human right by virtue of which every human person and all peoples are entitled to participate in, contribute and to enjoy economic, social and cultural and political development in which all human rights and fundamental freedoms can be fully realized. But for developing countries, it is not that much of possible to grant development as a fundamental right. But in Sri Lanka, it has accepted as a state policy in 1978 constitution. In 1978 constitution, section 27(2)(e) has expressed equitable distribution among all citizens of the material resources of the community and the social product, so as best to subserve the common good. Therefore, you can interpret as the state policy is compelling to do this grant the development experience and decentralizing these material resources among all the communities in Sri Lanka. But a country like South Africa, it's already developed country, and they have accepted this most of the rights within their constitution. A famous case called Grootboom case is identical one, and in the Grootboom case, Justice Yaqub stated that the people of the South Africa are committed to attainment of social justice and the improvement of the quality of life for everyone. The preamble of their constitution records this commitment. The constitution declares the founding values of their society: human dignity, the achievement of equality and the advancement of human rights and freedoms. Therefore, they have come through the equality principles to protect these rights. And in this case, the right to house is accepted within this process. Therefore, according to the judgment, South African government have obligation to grant houses for every South African person without any sort of a discrimination in this case. According to the Amrit Sen, development is a process on expanding the real freedom that people enjoy. Nevertheless, development is not possible without natural resources. Therefore, protection of natural resources within this process is also utmost needed. So, the concept of sustainable development should consider in the nation building process. The concept of sustainable development has identified identically in 1987 Brundtland Commission report. According to the 1987 Brundtland Commission report, sustainable development means development that meets the needs of present without compromising the ability of future generations meet their own needs. In principle 4 of the 1992 Rio Declaration was very important. It also expressed some similar ideas according to the Brundtland report. In this context, these cases are very much significant and landmark on the concept of sustainable development. In Oposa case, court held that protection of natural resources for future generations' need is important within the process of nation building. In Bulankulama case, this case which has occurred as an issue regarding the exploration of phosphate in Eppawala in Anuradhapura district, Justice Amarasinghe gave his judgment relating to the concept of sustainable development. And also Justice Sijavira Mantri in Hungary versus Slovakia produced similar ideas in this context. It is very clear the process of nation building, the state parties should pay more attention to the sustainable development in order to gain successful nation building process to enhance national security. The concept of sustainable development particularly can be gained by undertaking environmental impact assessment, we call it as EIA, and environmental protection license, we call it as EPL. Justice Amarasinghe in Bulankulama case has strongly recommended these procedure requirements in order to achieve sustainable development in the nation building process. These procedure requirements consisted of different steps to examine the capability of conducting development projects. And this EIA and EPL requirements have codified in National Environmental Acts in 1980 and its amendments on 1988 and 2000. Apart from the National Environment Act, there are two and several gazette notifications which are identically codified these requirements and the steps for these EPL and EIA. Here also I have mentioned two gazettes which have focused on these EIA and EPL requirements. Finally, ensuring national security through nation building process is significant after defeating terrorism in Sri Lanka. While we are in a post-conflict scenario, we should consider the needs of all people equally. Therefore, infrastructure and other development projects should not centralize for any people category. So, the benefits of the development will spread out among all ethnicities to make cohesion. Currently, we can see the government of Sri Lanka has taken measures to regulate perpetual development within the process of nation building, and as a result of major development projects have been launched in all over the country, especially in northern and eastern areas. Especially these projects are located in previously terrorist affected areas, which will be contribute towards controlling the foreign interventions and pressurizations for our internal sovereignty in the post-conflict period. And it will be impliedly help us to put a full stop for upcoming terrorism problems. And also, according to the equality principles, everyone is equality to get benefits equal. Therefore, right to development has arisen in this contest. This has been recognized in the international arena, but a country like Sri Lanka, it is not that much of possible because of the economic status. But present government has taken necessary steps in order to grant development privileges, experiences for all in Sri Lanka. The problem comes with the financial side. So, to solve the financial problems, the government must initiate to talk to the international investors, encouraging them to investing in our development projects. Further, the development projects always based on the natural resources. Therefore, to strike a balance with natural resources and environmental protection with development is vitally important. In this scenario, the development should be sustainable to assist the protecting intergenerational equity of utilizing natural resources. To establish sustainable development projects should concern about procedural requirements in order to balance nation building and the natural resources. Therefore, finally, all these ideas will affect to ensure the national security forever and for a peaceful and perpetual national security in Sri Lanka. Thank you very much.